Today we're rating AI-generated Magic the Gathering cards. Let's see if any of these swoosed around and find out. We're going to start off with Angel, the Ring of Yangle's Fine Drop. It is a white one generic, 6 loyalty, very tired planeswalker. This looks like this planeswalker needs a rest. So we got like -6. You gain 1 life for each creature card in your graveyard. What is it? It's basically a sorcery speed life gain spell, right? It's just white, 1 generic, 6 loyalty. You dumpster the damn thing, and then it's dead. It's doable. It's very, very doable. Maybe it's tired of dying instantly. This is those planeswalkers from War of the Spark. They only go down, and then after that, they're gone. This one, unfortunately, is gone immediately. Angel, Ring of Yangle's Fine Drop, you are not long for this world. Too weak! Well, you know what we have to do is fill our graveyard with millions of creatures, and we gotta gain that life! Out of the 99 card deck, we can fit it with, I don't know, maybe 98 creatures. No, 97, 96? We gotta have 2 lands in the Angel. Alright, it's doable. I don't even know why you'd want this card, though. Hot take, flavor text is just for decoration. There's no reason for the AI to care about it. The flavor is everything, people. The flavor is everything. Okay, we're moving on to Tyver, the Grand Memorial Ancient. This is a black, white, red, 2 generic, 6/5 Nightmare Soldier Rogue. Black colorless spells you cast cost blue less to cast. Black colorless spells. How many spells are this? This has got to be like the absolute narrowest of cards of all time. Okay, it's got to be an Eldrazi. It's got to be like an Eldrazi that also costs black, I guess, because it's got to be something with Devoid, right? And then all of a sudden it also costs blue. Are there any Dimir Devoid creatures? There might, yeah. It's some love for the Dimir Devoid creatures out there. If there aren't any Devoid creatures, a Dimir Eldrazi, something like. I think there's 1. There might be 1 out there. There might be 2. Not so many though. This is an incredibly rare creature in my opinion. But okay, it's gonna get cheaper. It's funny. It doesn't even cost blue itself. I didn't even catch that it was a black colorless. If it has Devoid, it no longer is black though. I don't know. It's a conundrum. It's gotta be black and colorless at the same time, and somehow cost blue mana. Ulamog, the Nullifier, and the blue-black ingest creature. Yeah, that, like, I was thinking of the ingest spells from a long time ago. Might be the closest that we can get around here. It's a 4-color commander at the least. Oh yeah, that's true. You know what? It's like it just snuck that in there, didn't they? You know, you need a 4-color commander in like Mardu, but with blue. The blue Mardu. You're gonna play with Tyver, and I don't even know if we can call this doable. Is it even remotely doable? I guess it's doable in Commander. What does your commander do? It lets me play blue. All right, that's all you need to know. What a weird card. Devoid does indeed remove the black color from a spell. Well, then it's a bit of a perplexing conundrum, isn't it? Okay, moving on. We've got Ember Thunt Infusion. This is a white-red legendary enchantment. Creature spells cost 1 more to cast. Each creature you control with toughness 3 or greater gets +3/+3. Okay, this is just an interesting taxing card that also buffs up your creatures at the same time. This is everybody's creature spells. My creature spells, your creature spells. I think this is going to work pretty well in a deck that has a lot of mana, a lot of ramp. So you can cast your creature spells while you're taxing your opponent's creatures at the same time. Diobrando, super huge fan about this card. This goes hard in the Boros Equipment deck. Oh wait, it will. Each creature you control with toughness 3 or greater. You buff up them toughness, you buff it extra more. I mean, you know what? A 1/1 creature with a sword attached to it. It's not only getting +2/+2, it's also getting that +3/+3. Creatures cost more, but might get bigger. Exactly. Pretty sick card. It is a legendary enchantment, which, by the way, for you, Commander players out there, doesn't change anything out there at all. This might start in, you know what, some people looking at this card, my creature spells get more expensive. They're gonna have to go to the Salt Cave and deal with it. Strong, but it's fine. Token generate, does it generate tokens? And Zutang loves it. Very much Zybers with them. Alright, Ember, Thunton Fusion. I think this card's legit. I think this is a pretty cool card. It's legit, and we're gonna move on to... Oh, God. Okay, it is a Ray of Destiny. It's a battle, and it is 3 generic mana. It's a siege. Now, if you would draw a card while you have no cards in hand, investigate. Oh, so you basically are drawing a card anyway, but in artifact form. Also, tap, add 1 mana of any color, and then if we defeat the siege, we get the Salt Brifting Ka. It is a 7/5 flying fairy for a blue red. Target green creature gains flying until end of turn. Ah, finally! We're giving green creatures flying. Also, it's like, it's so cheap. It's 3 mana, it's got 2 defense, and you get like a 7/5 flyer out of it. That's absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Hans Vader's like, burn the thing down. We don't need this. It is funny, though. There is some risk to this card. If you play this thing, if you play the Ray of Destiny, and you don't kill it, you are no longer drawing cards. You have to spend mana to draw your cards. You could end up getting screwed by it. So it actually has, like, it's like slightly balanced in some fashion. Finally found a way to fly a Dreadmaw. Oh, the Dreadmaw's taking to the skies with the Ray of Destiny, or I should say the Saltbringer Ka. I feel like an old man hating battles. I just don't like them. I don't really like battles either. I have to turn my head like 90 degrees. Doesn't it say instead, does it? If you would draw a card while you have no... Oh, wait a minute. You need to have no cards in hand. You investigate. No, so anyway, you're going to get that. I forgot. You have to be hellbent. I didn't actually read that detail. So this thing is just in... I think it's broken. You, like, play some beater on turn 2. Then on turn 3, play this, attack it, get a 7/5 flyer. I think that's insane. That's absolutely insane. I think it's really strong. That being said, I mean, it's not illegal. It's not illegal to any degree. Oh, also it taps for mana. Who gets to tap it for mana? The opponent? I think we're giving our opponent like a 3 mana mana rock. Usually 3 mana mana rocks, they're no good, but in the hands of the opponent, they're going to be great. Yeah, just investigate if on empty. It's kind of broke. It's kind of broken, Male, but you know what? Also kind of isn't at the same time. Ooh, Zutang, thanks so much for the huge super chat. Watched all of it. AI and custom MTG codes. Thanks for the content. You're welcome, Zutang. That is wild. You've watched all of it? That's like years worth of content at this point. I should add it all up. On average, they're like 1.5 to 2 hours long. That's an absolute feat to do. You're a historian, Zutang. You're a historian. With your super chat, we're going to take a look at several more cards at the end of the show. Or I should say at the like hour point or whatever. You would still tap it for mana since you control it. Oh, is that how sieges work? Well, that's insane. So I play this siege. We get to tap for mana, and we can turn it into a 7/5 flyer. Okay. It's doable. I think it's a little awkward, though. It's awkwardly strong for a doable card. So like 55 plus videos, so around 75 to 100 hours of content. Oh my god. I just think about how much of my life have I spent on this. Okay, Thunder Royal Rakdos for red. It is a 1/1 human warrior. So far, so good. Whenever Thunder Royal Rakdos attacks, target creature other than Thunder Royal Rakdos has all abilities. What? What? I don't even want to know how this interacts with the game. Does it like just break the game instantly? Has all abilities. Like what, from every single creature ever designed? Or is it like just all like evergreen abilities like Shadow and First Strike, Double Strike, and so on? Yeah, just every ability ever. Does it have band? It absolutely has banding. Can't leave out banding on this card. A target creature other than Thunder Royal Rakdos. So you could give it to one of your own creatures if you have another creature. However, if you do not have another creature, you don't want to attack because you'll end up giving your opponent's creatures all abilities. You can give them Defender, but the creature will already be attacking, right, Ruruni? So, like, whenever we attack, we're already attacking. So basically, the walls have attacked in some capacity. Community of upkeep, a cost is going to be crazy. And you know what's funny? It's not until end of turn. This is permanent. You permanently get all abilities. Permanently, we make you a god. It's like, we went from 0 to 100 instantaneously over here. Defender, womp womp. Oh, yeah, you know what I was... Yeah, you know what? You're right. So it's actually a problem. You can attack this turn with that creature. You will be attacking, but next turn it will have Defender, and therefore you can't. It will be your last. You might attack this turn, but the next turn it will be all over.
No, God, please, no!
It says it gets all abilities currently on the field. Oh, you say it gets all... I don't think it would work like that. I think it just gets all abilities. If I were to understand this correctly, it'd be all the keywords. Defender, lifelink, death touch, double strike, banding, trample, and so on. Having all abilities would brick the game because there are cards that say win / lose, can't win, can't lose, etc. I'd also have Platinum Angels if it is like that. I do agree that if it's literally every card that ever was printed, it would definitely brick the game. Built in place to techniques, the cowl does not respect all by the only once. No respect for that card with all abilities. Looks like Rakdos had a hand in his look. Yeah, it's something to that effect. It's a flash dress. Oh, flash in dress down against a card that has all abilities. And then some layers thing is gonna happen, right? Because I think there must be some abilities on the card that interacts on like a different layer than dress down. It would have the abilities of Platinum Angel and Abyssal Persecutor. Good luck with that. Ooh, Hexproof! It would get Hexproof. Yeah, oh boy, the layer is working with this card. I can imagine if Wizards prints this card, there is this massive document going for like, I don't know, 200 pages in the in Gatherer to explain all its interactions with other cards. Hexproof and Shroud, which makes it redundant. Like, you know, it's basically Shroud just supersedes Hexproof. Wouldn't change anything. You played it Crash's Arena. Yeah, Arena just freezes right there. Dung. Okay, I'm gonna take a good guess. This card is not doable. It just can't be done. Well, okay, hold on. If it's all keyword abilities, it's probably fine. But if it's literally every card that ever existed, that's a problem. Yeah, this is how this card works. Says Robin. Okay, moving on. We've got Cantra of Greatness. Cantra of Greatness is a black 4 generic 5/4 spirit with partner. And also black red. Sacrifice Cantra of Greatness. You can't lose the game! So, like, that's it. It's over. You can't lose the game. So now the onus is on your opponent to win the game. Whenever Cantra deals combat damage to a player, we get to draw a card. You know what? I don't even think I'd risk that. Like, what the hell is the point of that second ability? You would have to be so damn greedy to start attacking with this card. Or unless you really suspected your opponent had, like, some sort of stifle effect, like Stifle, Tishana's Tidebinder, maybe Nimble Obstructionist. Because otherwise I'll just go for the option where I can't lose the game. I'm indestructible. I'm untouchable here. Basically. Yeah, great emblem. Totally fair. Yeah, of course it doesn't say until end of turn. You just don't lose the game, period. We got pair. We should print that and give it to everybody. Everyone can't lose the game. Isn't it just a draw? A good game, it's a draw. How about another one? Both players sack their contract. Game 2? Oh, yeah. Let's see, hold on. You can't lose the game. So when does cards that say a particular player win the game mean that they win the game? I think you can still win the game. Like, I think if I'm not mistaken, if you Thassa's Oracle and it says you win the game, like you've won, right? Like, you can't lose, but I think someone else can still win. If both can't lose the game, just doesn't end. So if somebody has a card out that says that they can't lose the game and another player plays Thassa's Oracle, what happens to the player who says they can't lose? It's the game, not MTG. How deep are we going here? Kanto says, is there any card saying then if sacrifice creature would banish it instead? I do not know. Not with this keyword. There is no card out there that says, like, sacrifice this, you can't lose the game. What's funny is you could loop this, if that's what you mean. Like, banish, like, it going to exile. This is the heads I win, tails you lose card. Okay, you can still win even if the opponent can't lose, Thoracle. That's why most cards say, and your opponents can win. Ah, okay, but this one does not. So there's still a way to win this game. Platinum Angel also says other players can't win, so that sounds about right. All right, so this is not completely stone cold broken. But sadly, the value of Thassa's Oracle is about to go up. Thassa's Oracle is actually like a big, how can I put it? Thassa's Oracle is a big winner here. Thassa's Oracle is the good guy. Somehow, you know, now Cantor of Greatness, this is the bad guy. Everyone boo the Cantor of Greatness. Very evil card here. Okay, this is a very doable card. I think it's a bit broken. I don't know. 6 mana. It's 9 mana to pull off. You can't lose the game. It is totally fair. MTG needs to use it against blue decks. What if multiple Cantor are sacked by the same player? You can't lose the next game? No. You just can't lose. You can't lose the game that is being played right now. Okay, whatever. It's doable. Someone's playing the Cantor of Greatness out there. Someone might even get into the red zone, draw some cards. Okay, we got the contradidiated Blood Flame. This is a white 2 generic 3/3 legendary enchantment red creature artifact vehicle. We needed to be very specific. It's very funny. It is red while being white at the same time. Crew 2. When contradidiated Blood Flame enters the battlefield, create 2/1/1 white human creature tokens. Now, each creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it has trample. This is literally the most real card I've seen all year coming out of the AI. It's a little suspicious creature type. A little suspicious. Because of that, because it's a creature artifact, isn't it just like a creature? Like, you don't even need to crew the damn thing. Does this count as dual color? I would say no. I do not think it counts as dual color. Red is like basically like a creature type. I am red. That's right, I'm red. I'm a red creature. It can crew itself. It can crew itself in a bizarre fate. This is basically a car turning itself on. The car has gone sentient! Christopher B, heads up. You don't like battles? They're not in Duskmorn, but if you missed it, turns out we got something extremely similar. I know, they copied Pejman's sort of cross-border thing. There's gonna be more head turning on this show. You only need to choose which kind of removal to get rid of it. That's true. You could choose, well, I mean, it's like there's a lot of artifact creatures out there, right? So you can hit this thing with artifact removal, creature removal, and vehicle removal, if that even exists. All right, cool. Weird card. It's a creature that crews itself. Let's crew the creatures now. Get in, creature. Let's get in, loser. We're going red now. Yeah, the rooms are just my boundaries, but worse. Okay, next up, we've got the Souls of the Throne's Justice. This is a 2-mana artifact with a big question mark. This is like the Riddler or something. Okay, pay 4 mana. Each player guesses the prize. What the hell is this? Like an unstable AI card? Threshold. So if you have 7 or more cards in your graveyard, other merfolk you control get +2/+0 as long as you have 7 or more cards in your graveyard. I can get behind this card. So, or maybe not. So anyway, this card is a bit nonsensical. Like, what is each player guesses the prize is? Can we open the card and see what happens? Is this like a type of Magic the Gathering card where you scratch off the top surface and then we get the card? If we guess the prize, so what? What happens? Do I get into... Maybe it has some extra ability under it. So like, I guess trample, and you scratch it off and it says haste, and I'm like, aw, I screwed that up. Because the prize is this ante? Wouldn't that be an interesting, like, twist to, I don't know, unset Magic the Gathering, where you could, like, try to guess some factor on the card, you scratch it off and to get some ability, and then the card is useless after that. You have to guess. If you don't guess, you get nothing. Winner gets a chocolate cookie. That's so sad. This was a merfolk card, and it was executed uselessly. Okay, we got the Crowd of Sanity. Crowd of Sanity is a green, red, 1 generic, 3/3 lizard pirate. Whenever you attack, target creature you opinions of those tokens are gobbled up like dinner. It's like, you ever heard of snakes on a plane? This is snakes on a boat. And holy, these mother effing snakes on this mother effing boat. Okay, whenever 1 or more artifacts you can control deal combat damage to a player, choose target permanent that's player, and that player or a planeswalker they control this turn. Exile Crowd of Sanity. You know what? Wait, that's a lot of snakes. Also, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Whenever 1 or more artifacts you control deal combat damage to a player. All right, so far so good. Choose target permanent that's player. Okay, am I permanent? I'm permanently here. I'm player. And that player or planeswalker they control this turn. Okay, so I control a planeswalker, and then we exile a Crowd of Sanity. It's like, okay, I pointed to you, and then I'm gone. Danger? Well, we have SHG. Danger because of Danger Noodles. I don't think this card does anything. This is a card that says a lot of stuff, but then does absolutely nothing at the same time. Not doable. I got a little mind fudge reading through all this stuff. It's not a creature. Oh, it's an enchantment! You're right. I didn't even catch that. It is a lizard pirate enchantment. It is a 3/3. So all we need is Opalescence, and then it will be complete. It's Opalescence turn. I believe it's Opalescence turns all the enchantments into creatures. I'm a real enchantment now. The Crowd of Sanity. Okay, the final cauldron. I like the sound of that. It's really dramatic. The final. The last of its kind. It's a 2-mana artifact. When Final Cauldron enters the battlefield, create 2 1/1 green and white citizen creature tokens. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, return Final Cauldron to its owner's hand at the beginning of the next end step. Oh! That is very interesting. So it's a token generator. Play this for 2 mana, you get 2 tokens, and then when something dies, you at least get the option to bring this back to your hand and then replay it for another 2 tokens. This is insanely doable. This actually would be, I think, like a limited all-star as well. God, is it now? Yeah, we're working with value. A lot of value around this. Condos like tokens. Well, this is pretty useless. Steve Cooper finds it Zybers. I think you got to be a token player. You got to have this imagine. You see all these people around here surrounded by the final cauldron. They were all invented by the final cauldron. It brings all the tokens to the yard. Token players, they love imagining this gigantic army of little troops across their entire playing field. But remember, you gotta have a mix of token and non-token creatures in your deck, because something needs to die in order for Final Cauldron to be back. It's the Final Cauldron? You know what? It might be the Final Cauldron, but it's not the last you'll hear from it. You still need non-token creatures to bounce it. Dude, I'm bad. Sack for mana breaks it. Remember, you cannot sacrifice the tokens. Sacking the tokens doesn't do anything. You gotta sacrifice a real creature. A real one out there. Bojack Yellow. I like that it triggers when something dies, but then doesn't go to your hand till the end step. Oh, is that true? Oh, beginning of the next end step. That is really slow, actually. So you can only once every second turn use this. Oh, no, you can use this every turn. So the next turn you play it, you sack like a creature, goes back to your hand at end of turn. But it's a very sorcery speed level interaction. Welcome, Squirrel Lord. I'm doing great. Starting this week off with AI generated cards. I don't think it's that good. Need to go wide with creatures, which is a strategy that falls to control decks with board wipes. Well, if they wipe the board, you get your Final Cauldron back into your hand. That's basically how it works. Oh, also, it could go back to owner's hand at the beginning of the next end step. So it would be somebody else's end step. You get your Final Cauldron back to your hand. Which is basically at the end. It's not like you're going to play it on your turn. Okay, cool card. It's the most unique, interesting type of build-around card that we've seen all day. The Sunder Spores. This is a black 1 generic instant. Okay, target creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. If the spell was kicked, that creature gets -4/-4 until end of turn. So, okay, we could, like, buff it, or we could shrink it. Now, if the spell... what the hell? If the spell was kicked, that creature gets +3/+3 until end of turn? I thought we were giving it -4/-4. What the hell is going on here? So what is it, a net -1/-1? If the spell was kicked again, that creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn, and we draw a card. And we have no idea how to kick this thing. Instructions unclear. I don't know how. I have no know how we kick this. This is a card that can buff creatures or shrink creatures. And in fact, if we kick it 3 times, it appears that we get a net value of like +1/+1. So the +3/+3 is kicked somehow. We need a card, Coffee Crew, that kicks everything. It's like whenever you cast a spell, you may kick it. Wait a moment. Next end step. So you can play a flash creature, then sack it to the cauldron back at the end of opponent's turn. Yep, that's exactly what you could do, Robin. Probably some alchemy card that can perpetually give kicker to other cards. Yeah, literally kick the card. The creature can survive a -4/-4. It becomes bigger. That's an interesting thing to think about. So target creature gets +1/+1 till end of turn. Hold on, it's actually a net of +2/+2. We go +1/+1, then -4/-4, then +3/+3, so it's a wash, and then +2/+2 at the end. Lucas is like, nonsensical trash. Next, let's save some time. Oh, and some people, they like these cards. Now, at the very end of it all, you do get some value because it's a cantrip. So, at the very least, I guess what's important is it's just like 2 mana. For certainty, you can spend 2 mana, get +1/+1, and draw a card out of it. Now you don't check for state-based effects as long as it's resolving. I think it would just whatever. I don't think it's going to do anything. So it's got like a little bit too much baggage on top of this card. To the Urank with this card. To the Urank. All right, you heard the music. We're going to look at more AI-generated Magic the Gathering cards, but now we got to talk about buying real Magic the Gathering cards. You all play this game, so why don't you buy them from FusionGamingOnline.com, today's sponsor. Get your Bloomborough singles to upgrade all your Commander, Pioneer, and Standard decks. Not to mention Duskborn House of Horrors around the corner. If there are any cards that you're interested coming out of spoiler season, pre-order them with FusionGamingOnline.com. And there is always a deal of the week every single week at FusionGamingOnline.com, and that this time is 15% off select high-end Magic cards. You're looking for a foil Lightning Bolt, maybe an unlimited Soul Ring, or any gigantic Eldrazi that's hot in the block right now. The Eldrazi are coming back. All right, they buffed them up big time with Modern Horizons 3. You want to make an Eldrazi deck. You want to make an Eldrazi deck. Buy them at FusionGamingOnline.com. Don't forget to use coupon code Nikachu at checkout to get 5% off all your purchases. We're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place to rent Magic cards online. But your ability to play any archetype anytime you want on Magic Online. It's cheaper if you want to play a lot of decks. Also, it's a ban list saver as they ban cards, which they have, which they still will. The One Ring has a huge targets on its back. You don't want to buy into that card. Instead, you want to rent that card because when it gets banned, your cards don't get banned. It's Mana Traders cards. If that interests you, you could support the channel renting using my Mana Traders link in the description below, or save 10% off your first 2 months using coupon code Nikachu_BKQ. It sounds like barbecue. I like it. And now back to AI-generated absolute nonsense. We all love the nonsense here. Get your AI decks at Mana Trader, or not. Well, not yet. Yeah, AI card API coming soon. Okay, we got For Past. It is a black 2 generic instant. Destroy target non-rand permanent. I swear there was like a non-rand card type a long time ago. So what that means actually is everything is a non-rand. Like almost everything is non-rand, so it's just 3 mana Vindicate, right? I think it's just 3 mana Vindicate. At instant speed! For 1 color! For Past! I blow you up. I think non-rand is like a card type. Or maybe it was like a creature type. Target non-random. Non-random permanent for those cards that like to gamble. You know, cannot target anything that affects a dice roll of some sort. Gosh, I hate the rand destruction. Captain Rumia, thank you very much for your super chat. Can't target Ain Rang, useless shred. Thank you very much for the super chat. We'll take a look at some extra cards at the end of the show. In response, I explode your hand. Well, your hand is not a permanent, right? So, I mean, it's doable. This is like a real card. To some degree, it's a real card. Can't kill yeah, maybe. Yeah, because the changelings will also be Rands. So anything except a changeling out there. 3 mana Vindicate. At instant speed. Yeah, Vindicate. Well, yeah. Well, Vindicate is 3 mana, but it's 2 colors. This is a mono black version. At instant speed. Vindicate is sorcery speed. It's the slow version. It's the turtle version. This is the hare version, okay? This is power creep at its finest. But it does have the downside. You can't target the Rands. Okay, cool card. I actually think while this would see play, would not be super overpowered in Magic the Gathering. Okay, the Equites. Serenzward. It is a hybrid of Gruul. It's an instant. Until end of turn, whenever an opponent loses life equal to twice the number of elves you control, you win the game! Whenever an opponent loses life equal to twice the number of elves. That could be so easy. I can attack with a singular elf, right? For 2 damage. And that's it. I win the game. The game is over. I don't think Wizards of the AI thought this card through properly. I think they thought that like, every single elf deals 1 damage. What if all the elves deal more than 1 damage? Then it's broken! It's danger! You can do this at instant speed too. 2 times 0 is still 0. Oh yeah, 2 times 0 is still 0. So you need, you do need at least 1 elf on the battlefield. 0 damage doesn't count. 0 damage doesn't count as life loss. Hold on. Until whenever an opponent loses life, equal to twice the number of elves. I believe damage counts as life loss. Like if you deal 3 damage to someone, that is still life loss. It's a different form of life loss, but it's still life loss. So you just have to get in there for like this tiny little elf needs to push and hit for twice its own power, like the good little ant it is. They're really celebrating, but there's like 311 means like 6 damage. That's right. They have to. Those elves are drinking booze. Are they? They are. It's celebrating a little early, those elves. You can you lose 0 life? Hold on. Until end turn, whenever an opponent loses life equal... No, your life total doesn't matter. Yeah, have an elf. Oh, yeah, you can just shock them. I forgot about that. Yeah, you could just be like, elf, bolt. I think you have to play this... No, it says until end of turn. How does this work? Does it check? Do we have to play this first? I think we got to play the Aqueets Serenzward, and then we have to bolt them. It's... What can I say? It's the new Thassa's Oracle. It's the new Thoracle. Demonic Consultation Thoracle? No, now it's Aqueets and Bolt. Sorry, turn 1 Arbor Elf, turn 2 Aqueets, and then Bolt. That's it. It's a 1-2 punch here. In response, I will give you another elf. Giant Grow. Yeah, you could Giant Growth the elf. Play it right before the bolt hits. You'd have to hold priority. So you have to be like, okay, bolt you, hold priority. Aqueets Serenzward. It doesn't change anything. You might as well play Aqueets Serenzwards first. But first, one thing for sure, when you play the Aqueets Serenzward, the whole table, they will be on their tippy toes. They'll make sure that bolt doesn't resolve. Bolt won't work. 3 isn't exactly equal to 2. Equal. Oh, it needs to be twice. Yeah, so it has to be shock. Wow, imagine bolting someone and then they're like, you screwed up. You needed to be exactly double, and you did triple. You didn't. You have to read your cards properly. Yeah, what a horrible way to screw that up. This card is insane. Get it to the rank with this one. We're boarding it. We're boarding this card. Okay, this is dead. It's pretty grim if you ask me. It is a red X sorcery. If you control 3 or more artifacts, put a charge counter on it. What, on dead? The sorcery? Activate only if there are 3 or more charge counters on dead. You lose the game. I don't know what the point of this card is. We can't even activate this thing more than one. Yeah, it's dangerous for us. But a terribly designed card. You're just dead great. Hive Mind? Oh, wait a minute. Okay, hold on. So, if you control 3 or more artifacts, put a charge count. Yeah, these other things don't matter. You're right. You're right, Steve Coop. Sorry, you're right, Pedgeman. We have to get Hive Mind out. Hive Mind, go dead, and then 1 by 1, each person just dies. By it, well, let's just say... Now, the charge counter thing does make sense if it's on the stack. If you control 3 or more artifacts, you can put a charge counter on it while it's on the stack. But I don't know how you activate it any more than that. And what the hell is the point of X? Just to play around that Chalice of the Void? Nicholas, do another card. Thank you so much, Nicholas. You absolutely believe it. We're going to do another card. It's still a better combo piece than one with nothing. It is, actually. I mean, okay, so like this Hive Mind plus this, it's actually not bad. But unfortunately, it's like the text is a bit too screwed up. Needs instructions unclear. I have a feeling this person votes for deeply. That's for sure. They vote for deeply with their heart, if they even had one anymore. Corbinek is like, woo, I needed an alternate lose condition. I need to find a way to lose without my opponent actually beating me. You never know when you need to play this so that your opponent doesn't get triggers off them killing you. You know, you never know. Okay, next up, we've got the Dwarven Wapless. The Dwarven Wapless is a sorcery. Target player reveals their hand X times. It's only a green card. I want you to reveal your hand 1 million times. I'm waiting. Go on. 1 million times, you heard me. Basically, we're just stalling the game for absolutely nothing. This card is, I mean, it's like a weird peak, right? It's a weird peak. Yeah, I'll check it all 12 times. Hold on, can we do it 101 million times? Because, like, I needed to write your hand down. Totally forgot about it already. Peak got depowered. When target player reveals their hand X times. It's only one player. If it's like target X players reveal their hands, whatever, that would make more sense. Great for those cards that trigger when revealed. Oh! I have no idea how that combos with anything, but I would believe it. Tetra Tim Bowman says, okay, so there could be a mechanic where a creature gets a bonus whenever an opponent reveals a card. There could be. If that even exists. Does it exist? I'm not familiar. Fun thing to do, combo this with whenever a player reveals their hand. Yeah, but do they exist? But you know what? The AI, either the AI or wizards, they'll make the card come into existence. Ferox? Ferox. Okay, we got, which one? Okay, it's, you can't pay 2, lose all abilities until any player may activate this ability. If a spell or ability an opponent controls causes you to discard null hide Ferox opponent to the battlefield instead. No, this is not it. How about this one? Collect evidence? No, then none of this has anything to do with revealing the hand. Anyway, I don't like it. I mean, okay, it's like doable, but it's nonsense. I think you could lock up the game more or less by forcing your opponent to reveal their hand like a billion times. If nothing else, it gives the AI great ideas for new design space. I wonder if the AI learns from prior AI. So it's basically, you know, you have a million monkeys learning from each other. Will they design a rocket ship from scratch? Okay, we got a red, one generic. OG Goblin Snoop. Snoop Dogg in goblin form. Snoop Dogg has joined the goblins, I guess. Oh no, there is actually Snoop. I forgot. We have Conspicuous Snoop, the actual goblin. This is Snoop all grown up. This is just Snoop Dogg as a wizard. Okay, it's a 3/3 human advisor. Whenever you cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, you may copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. That's just legitimately like a card. Aren't like cards like this already in existence? Whenever you cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, which certainly is a very Red thing to do. I mean, like these days, I don't know, Red doesn't even play cards from their hand anymore. It's always from exile or from their graveyard or something. Cascade Go Burr! Absolutely. It's strong and not once per turn. Really strong. Oh, you think it has unlimited power, do you? This for 3 mana is danger. It needs to be 4. Is it that bad? Is that broken? When you cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, including like free spells, I don't see the problem here. Gabbro's like also broken. Does it danger? I think this card just has a bit of fuel in Nissa. I mean, it's a strong card. It's going fast. But I mean, it dies to Lightning Bolt. I mean, dies to Doomblade. Dies to removal. Here's a good question. Can it copy the copy and go infinite? Whenever you cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, you may copy that spell. No, I think you have to cast a spell. Casting a spell is different from copying the spell. So no, you can't copy the copy. Definitely busted with Unstable Amulet. Well, that's one card. Definitely. Ricardo is like, I never thought about Snoop Dogg as a goblin human wizard advisor, but he's doable in my opinion. I like this card. I think this is a cool card. I'd print it. You might get angry at me. We might have to ban it in the future, but I'd print it. Okay, we got the... Next up is the Heretic Shenoman. It's creepy. It's very, very scary looking. Okay, there's a green 4 generic 4/4. It's night. Night. It is a horror though. Not day. It is night. It's night incarnate. Oh my god. Look at it. You got this creep. It's like this little girl dress and you got this creepy skull in the middle. This is very much nightmare fuel. Yeah, votes for night. Or does the voting at night. Gets up and is a night owl. Does everything at night. So it's never day. It's possible that so long as this thing's on the battlefield, it supersedes everything and it's always night. If it would become day, it becomes night instead. I hate the day-night mechanic cycle. I know, I also hate it. I wish they would just not have I wish they just went with the old Huntmaster way of doing things. So in some sense, this card brings sanity to that abomination of a mechanic. Welcome, Coco Mix. Don't all werewolves do something when it's night? Absolutely. This is the werewolf. This is werewolf synergy card. All right, you play this in your werewolf deck. When you play, if you can't get night to go off, you're just gonna play this, and boom, you've got night. Something Arena is actually good for, keeping track of day-night mechanic. Oh yeah, the digital clients are great. Doing it in paper, no, it's absolutely miserable. Anyway, I like this card. And it's a common? Well, it's a 4-mana 4. It's a 5-mana 4/4 that turns things to night. I mean, good luck drafting this if there's no werewolves in your deck. Alright, moving on. Incubation of Interneist. It is a green 3 generic 2/2 Pegasus. It's got trample. Whenever Incubation of Interneist deals combat damage to a player, that player loses half their life. Then gains control of Incubation of Interneist. Oh, the tables have turned. It's interesting. You basically smack someone super hard. Like, you're about to lose half your life total, but here's the good news. Now you gain control of the Interneist. Yeah, Half-Life 3 confirmed. It's a great well, it's not, it can't be your commander. It's not legendary. People love this damn thing. Weird, yeah, it is very weirdly fair, unless you can steal it back. What a weird card. I quite like it. You hear that, Wizards? Print this damn thing. You will never end the game with this card alone. Yeah, that's true, actually. Well, I don't know. So if someone has 1 life, that player loses half their life. Is there any rules regarding rounding down or rounding up? I guess if you have 1 life, you can't round down. You can't lose more than you can't lose all your life if you're losing half. So I guess it just doesn't move. Zybers and great for aggro with trample. Sometimes chaos is just what you need in a game. How does this work? So when it deals combat damage to a player. Okay, so first it actually does deal 2 damage first, and then you lose half your life. So it's half your life. I don't know how you calculate this. It's like 2 plus half your life. Oh yeah, so it actually can kill. Yeah, it still deals the 2 damage. So once you're at 2 life, I mean you're in supreme danger mode.
No, God, please no.
Brawlin is like, okay, YouTube chat summary feature. If you reload the chat is kind of scary, is it? Combo with Bloodletter of Aclazotz. Okay, pair this with Homeward Path to immediately gain control of it again. Ah, we're already breaking this card. It deals damage and then and then it halves their life. Sweet card, 100% banger. Probably the card of the show. What is this? This is not an AI image. This is a photo I took. That's right. We can't tell what's real and what's reality anymore. And it has been turned into an AI generated card. We've got the Carnival. This is a red 1 generic instant. Exile target creature and target player. That's right. You didn't lose the game. I just exiled you for an entire 2 mana. This is busted. It's just 2 mana. Send them to the Shadow Realm. That makes it sound like someone flew off the ride. Yeah, absolutely. There should be like a picture. There should be somebody on here like flying off into the distance. Team Rocket is flying off again. Or blasting off again. Eject players from the tournament. Make sure that's why you have to put your straps on. Make sure everything is safe. Can I wish for a player? No. You have to, you exile them directly. More like Carnage. So, like, you go to exile and can't affect your board until you return to the, board. You go to exile and can't no, I think you're just exiled. That's it. You're out of the game. GG. You exile a player. I mean, you're just not in the game anymore. I would assume exiling someone basically paralyzes you from actually winning the game. Well, okay, hold on. Maybe not. So, okay, exile target player. You don't play with us anymore. Maybe there is a world where being an exiled player is good, because if somehow everyone loses simultaneously in a not so much in a draw. Let's say someone earthquakes for 1 million damage and kills off all 3 players at once. The exiled player technically wins. So it's possible you being exiled is actually a good thing. It keeps you in a safe space in the event that the game ends in a draw. But like, yeah, you can't be targeted. If you're in the exiled zone, you can't be targeted. Your life total can't change. Nothing is happening. So it's an interesting thing, but it's still broken. I mean, what are we discussing this card for? It's been 2 mana. Target player can't win. It's gone. You basically eliminate a player immediately. If you're exiled, the AI takes your turn. They take everything. Okay, we have a Gatherer of Velis Valor. This is a Whiteless Wooburg Demon. It's a 6/6 legendary creature. Flying. Black 3 generic. Look at the top card of your library. If it's a creature card, put it onto the battlefield under your control. Not bad! I mean, that's a banger ability. It reminds me of Bolas's Citadel in a way. Reminds me of Bolas's Citadel, and if anything, it's a more expensive version of Bolas's Citadel, because you got to front that 4 mana. There may not even be a creature card on top. All right, Bolas's Citadel, you get to look at the top card at any time, all the time. So you're taking a chance here. Now, if there is a creature card, it gets be put on the battlefield. Yeah, I think the card is fairer than it looks. Of course, if you manipulate your deck, it will be stronger. Look, this is like Elvish Piper, okay? I actually don't think this is broken at all. I think this is actually incredibly fair. You tell me the difference between this and Elvish Piper every turn, and you just assume the top card of your deck is basically in your hand. It's not a whole lot different. Yeah, I think it's fair given that that Atraxa exists. I also think this is fair given all the other bonkers nuts stuff we see from AI-generated cards. The last card, exiled players, for crying out loud. It's close, but cheating this into play with Discover or whatever would be obnoxious. I think it would be okay. There's no tap. That's right. So if you have basically infinite black mana, or a lot of black mana from your Cabal coffers, you might want to sink it into this thing. Get a bunch of creatures onto the battlefield. It's good, in my opinion. It would be an interesting commander. It can be your commander. I think it's totally fair. It gets my seal of approval. We got 2 thumbs up for the Gatherer of the Velis Valor. Very well dressed, mind you. Very, very well dressed. Okay, we've got Resin Dart. Resin Dart is a red 1 generic sorcery. It appears to be a rubber ducky. Sorcery. Cast this spell only before the step. This is not a good start to this card. Wipe an opponent's hands. I didn't know why. When I was reading this sentence, I thought I was going to say wipe an opponent's butt. Anyway, okay, wipe an opponent's hands until end of turn. You draw 2 cards and you lose 1 life. When this Cascand specializes, choose a Leth. If thy spell is 1 or more Fenk opponents, they gain protection from your opponents until end of turn. Okay, this is Chaos Ensued. Chaos Ensued big time. It's terrible. So I draw 2 and lose. Yeah. Pyro Tempest Wing is like, so let me get this straight. I'm gonna draw 2 and lose 1 life for 3 mana, apparently. Incredibly unreasonable. Absolute nonsense. What the duck is a Leth? I got no commentary for this card. Yeah, I went off its rockers that time. Okay, we got the Starb Weaver. This is a Selesnya 2 generic enchantment. Whenever a player reveals a card, put it on the bottom of your library in any order. We're stealing their cards! That's illegal! Whenever a player reveals a card, it's mine now. Yoink! It goes to my deck. It's not your cards. It's our cards. Yeah, well, we're stealing the cards again. Yeah, that'll get you banned from competitive play. Yeah, a judge is. Don't let a judge see you play this card. Oh, it is a silver border card. So like it's funny. The AI did recognize that this card is basically fake. Combo with show hand. Oh yeah. Okay, we go back to that card that was like 2 green and reveal your hand X times. Yeah, we take their entire hand. We busted the combo. We figured it out. Hachi's just got a hell lot better. We discard a card from their hand. We also swipe a card. With telepathy? Yeah, whenever an opponent reveals a card. Well, they only reveal it once. Oh, no. Oh, I get it. So, like, they have to... No, I think if they reveal their entire hand, you actually just get the whole thing. This actually is a massive combo with telepathy. In fact, that you could say that is a broken combo. Fun thing to do. Combo this with target player reveals their hand X times card. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, with telepathy, they're just perpetually showing their hand, so you perpetually steal their cards. Ooh, I drew a card. I have to reveal it. Oh, you revealed it? Oh, it's mine now. Yoink! Yoink! The name of the card Zybris for sure, though, with the Starb Weaver. Okay, well, anyway, it's illegal. It's worse than Anti. Oh no, I didn't know I was up against the Starb Weaver deck. I mean, with this on the stack, I would just concede. Probably. I don't want to lose all my cards to my opponent. Okay, this is Dragon. This is a 12-mana 4/4 dragon. Flying. When Dragon enters the battlefield, create a 7/7 blue and black zombie creature token. Pay 5. Dragon gains flying until end of turn. This is for the dragon players out there. The dragon fam. You like dragons? Well, here you go. You have a... It's like basically the new Scion of Draco. Or Draco in general. It's just this big, colorless 4/4 creature. But it comes with a free 7/7 black zombie. Sorry, Demir. You got a Demir zombie. There it is over there in the... It says Plants and Zombies, Dragon Edition. In case you lost your flying... yeah, I forgot about that. It's flying already. So, I mean, somebody... Yeah, that would work, actually. So, someone uses Dress Down, removes all abilities... Oh, no, but it would remove all abilities. How can you lose flying? Pin Down? I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think, like, what the hell out there would make you lose flying, and then you have the ability to pay 5 and then give it flying again. The flying... Oh yeah, it's the flying flagon. Sorry, the flying dragon with a zombie friend. Oh, you people crack me up. Yeah, dragon. Well, soon it's gonna be flying. Our flying dragon friend. It has the word dragon 7 times and makes a 7/7. Oh, is that a coincidence? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh my goodness. It's a conspiracy. Brings all the 7/7 zombies to the yard. It can fly over creatures with flying with double flying. Ah, there we go. Whiskey Jack. Thinking outside the box there. It goes into the atmosphere. It's the upper atmosphere. It's just outer space. It goes where other flying creatures cannot go. Well, I mean, there's nothing illegal about this card, so... Sure. You know, and don't forget, this card definitely votes for flying. In fact, it votes so hard, it votes flying twice. You can vote for flying for another 5 mana, in fact. Raptor with Wings, thank you so much for your super chat. We need a stream where the AI explains the rulings for all these mechanics, like exiling players or having effects of cards neither player is using. Well, that's up for the AI to do. Although I think it would slow the show down a lot by reading all their rulings. We got a nameless card. It's very cute, though. It's a green, red, black, 1 generic creature. Also with no creature type. No, we don't. It's like an alien from outer space. It also has flying. This creature can't be blocked except by creatures with flying or reach. When no name enters the battlefield, conjure a card named Waterk. Flip that card. Put it into your graveyard. Reveal it from your graveyard. Put it in your hand, then shuffle. What the hell? Okay, so what, I'm shuffling my hand? Here's this card. It goes to the graveyard, and then I put it right back into my hand, and then I have to shuffle my hand. Crazy. Oh yeah, then I don't know if it died. Does it even die to a state-based effect? It doesn't even have toughness. Like, I would guess that it does die to state-based effects, but there's no guarantee of that. No name, no creature type, no power and toughness. It's got nothing. It's gone full rogue. It looks like the art tried to make an owl face on the chest, and then it couldn't figure out if the fingers were claws or not. And they just finished it off in the best way that they could possible. Oh, hey, it's a card magic tricks the card. So, okay, I find this second the ability interesting. So, ETBs, you conjure a card. So, you're just making it up. You flip the card. I don't know what relevance that is. But then you put it to your graveyard. Now, if there is rest in peace on the battlefield, I think it would just get exiled. But so long as there is no rest in peace, you still reveal it from your graveyard, put it into your hand, then shuffle it from your hand. Your opponent will have no idea where it is in your hand if they have to guess randomly. All it's missing is look at it. Yeah, I suppose so. To the rank with this one. To the rank. Okay, we got... Alright, we are past the hour mark. We are now going into... donation time. Alright, Zoo Tank, thank you for your huge donation. We'll look at 5 cards. Thanks so much for your donation. And the first one is going to be the Ice Borgor. It is a white, 1 generic, 1/1. It should have been called a food. Oh, that could have been a flavor. That's the flavor fail. It's just an elemental. The Elemental Borgor. Tapped at 1 mana of any color. This has nothing to do with food. But it is 100% doable. White fixing. Oh, it is 1 mana of any color. That's right. We got white ramp. Is that a problem? And it is an elemental creature for anyone playing Solitude out there. If you're in the making an elemental deck. It has eyes. It's sentient. Would you eat this Borgor? Would you? It's so cute. Looks like somebody's lunch. You didn't read the no names flavor text, since that gives an idea of the card's name. Arel, the undead genius, apparently. Okay, hold on. Did I miss something? Oh, okay. So we've got, I am the Dumbler of battle, and I away them to flee. Arel, the undead genius. I have no idea if they're talking about this creature or this is someone else talking about this one. Oh no, it keeps saying I am. You could be right. It could be the Arel, the undead genius. Okay, back to the Borgor. It's the cutest. Oh, you think it's an ice cream sandwich? It's possible. It does make 1 mana of any color, and ice cream comes in all colors. Do ice cream sandwiches give you mana? If they do, I'm very powerful. For the people that like ice cream. And for the people who like sandwiches. I loved ice cream sandwiches until they gave me a ton of diarrhea. Because, yeah, Nikachu had to learn the hard way about being, lactose intolerant. Pictured our actual server, not throwing it out, just moving. Oh, the entire AI generation stored right over there. That's AI over here, people. What the hell? But it looks like it's being thrown. It's like with the garbage and the recycling. All right, next up, we got Yelen of the Pilgrims. It's a blue 1 generic artifact with a kicker of a green 1 generic and or black and 2 generic. If Yelen of the Pilgrim was kicked, it enters the battlefield with 4 crop counters. Okay, this is great for the farming deck where we get the milk tokens from our farm. That's where we get our fuel and Nissa from. Okay, and at the beginning of your upkeep, you may put a crop counter on Yelen of the Pilgrims. Now remove 5 crop counters from Yelen of the Pilgrims. Search your library for a card named Kami Hametic Commander, mana cost. It puts it onto the battlefield. Then if it has more life than you, put the top 20 other cards revealed this way into your hand. Now put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Now if you do, return Yelen of the Pilgrim to its owner's hand. You know, it fooled us in the first half. It fooled us. I thought this was a real card at first, and then all of a sudden it just went rogue. It went completely rogue. It's like the AI thought, this is going to be a great card. This is going to be so cool. And it's like, oh, I don't know how to finish this off. This is like when you write an essay and there was like a cohesive start to it, but then you don't know how to finish it. And so you just sort of like, just spew out this thing. And then, okay, you submit it to your teacher and you hope you get a grade. Hopefully they don't actually read the whole damn thing. Yeah, that was some of the words of time. Not really. The card mentioned is real. Oh, is there? Is there something called Kami Hametic? Commander, mana cost. Next card is Kami. Oh my god! We're getting this card. We're getting Kami. Hametic, commander, mana cost. I'm sorry for doubting that you even exist. I truly apologize. Is a blue 2 generic 1/2 human shaman. Tap, sacrifice a creature, flip a coin. If you win the flip, next time Kami, Hametic, commander, mana cost would deal damage to you this turn. That damage is dealt to target creature you control that are green -1. This card I think makes once. Okay, tap, sack a creature. Then we are flipping a coin. If you win, the next time Kami would deal damage to me this turn. That damage is dealt to target creature you control that are green -1. Okay, I think this card makes... Yeah, it's useless. Like, no one's playing this card. It's a complete abomination. Yeah, it's got to be green -1 indeed. You know what? Actually, that like point like makes it completely unplayable at that point. I'm still king of the typos. I'm the king of the typos. Reread the previous card. No. The previous card makes no sense. Okay, like once we get to the Kami part, then if it has more life than you, which it can't because it's just a card, put the top 20 other cards revealed this way. It's like it just falls off the rails there. Second half doesn't make any sense. This card like makes mostly sense, but not enough in my opinion. Search for the card, reveal library to reveal failed shirts, add 20 cards from library. I don't think that makes any sense to me. How many cards has this been so far? This has been 3. Okay, moving on to Champions Caluminator. It is a red 3 generic 4/4 rat ninja with spectacle. When Champions Caluminator, sorry, spectacle is a black 1 generic. Is that like a kicker or something? I'm not familiar with this ability. When it enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, create 2 1/1 red and white soldier creature tokens. And it's got a kicker of a green. Enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, create 2 red and white soldier. I just don't understand what spectacle is. Alternate cost of some sort, if I recall correctly. Yeah, me too. I don't know. I don't remember. Guys, it doesn't work because search your library doesn't reveal the cards. It's true. Nothing about that card made sense. What are you people trying to do? I don't get it. That last card was an absolute abomination. Innocent Smith, you may cast this spell for its spectacle cost rather than its mana cost. If an opponent lost life this turn, that's right. Okay, so we can smack our opponent for a little bit of damage. This is a pretty strong card then. But the kicker does nothing. Oh, no, it does have. If it was kick, create 2 1/1 red and white soldier creature tokens. So for 3 mana, we got a 4/4. We got some... I think it's cool. I think this card is legit. This is the expert source of rat ninjas. Does nothing without the kicker. What's a 4/4 for 2 mana? It's like a mini Tarmogoyf. Okay, we got the Legerdent Ferome. It is a red. It's either red, blue, or red 2 generic. It's an instant. Legerdent Ferome deals damage to each opponent who controls more lands then each other player may, at the beginning of your next black, if an opponent controls a creature with the greatest power, greater than a pile of your choice, gains control of Leggard and Pharaoh. The AI has two modes. Makes it make sense or makes it make nonsense. Basically, you see this background here in the Leggard and Pharaoh? That's exactly what's going on in this wizard's mind. It's tapped into the multiverse, the incarnate. If the multiverse was sentient and had a mind, it's basically speaking to the Leggard and Pharaoh at the same time. This is garbage. I want 4. Yeah, it's completely diblicking around, 100%. He's shocked at his own nonsense. I suppose so. I tapped into the universe. I didn't like what I see. I didn't like what I saw. Did not ponder his orb correctly. Didn't read it properly. Yeah, if you told any fortunes, I don't know if it was any fortunes that are useful to us. Okay, next up, we've got Erushi. Okay, so hold on. This next card is brought to us by Captain Rumia. We're going to look at Erushi on Own Guard Inglings. This is a green 1/2 Vidalcan Shaman. That sounds like a weird combination. I don't feel like those two go together. Okay, for a white 2 generic and untapping, this Blues Chokin gets +2/+2. I'm assuming that the Vidalcan Shaman is also a Blues Chokin at the same time. Buffs itself up. I attack. And by the way, for 3 mana, I can untap and buff up this creature, turn into a 3/4. Slow-mo driving you crazy? Because you guys all chat like crazy. I gotta bring some sanity. Some people like to chat more than others. It'd be a Chokin. It blues a Chokin. You guys, you're acting like you never seen a blues a Chokin. Blues Chokin. It's a nickname. Yeah, perhaps a nickname. I am Blues Chokin. And I'll show you how I've been buffing. I don't know where I'm going with this thing. Okay, it's doable. I can't keep up with this Gen Z slang. Yeah, I know that. I feel like such a boomer. Sanity in the AI stream? How is this even possible? This seems a bit weak but functional. It is completely a draft card. Okay, oh, did I miss this? Like, I can't target Ain Rang, useless shred. Oh, I don't think I don't remember what card that was. Anyway, thank you very much, Captain Rumia, for this card. Next up, we're gonna take a look at a card donated by Nicholas. This is Ruble Dreamer. This is a green, 3 generic 4/5 Etherborn Bard. Sacrifice Ruble Dreamer. Destroy all lands you control. You may choose new targets for the copy. Why would we even want to play this card? There's a lot of self-destruction cards today on this show. This is junk rare. This is how do we even break this card? Is there even a way to do this? I guess in response to Storm, you may choose new targets for the copy. I think they're talking about like copying the ability to destroying your lands. We both go to 0 mana. Destroy all lands you control. I don't even think you're copying this ability because even if you did, you only destroy lands you control. 100% of your lands. Yeah, you can blow up your lands. Blow up all my lands. Oh, guess what? I can do it again. Yeah, there is no copy in the first place. Zyber, ship it for those decks that want lands in the graveyard. Doing it the hard way. This is a really hard way to do this. Imagine working yourself up to, what is this? The 6. This is 9 mana. I got to 9 mana, and guess what? I like to burn everything down. Whoops, sorry. We're not done yet. Herald of Leshrac to steal opponent's lands. Oh, God! Steal the lands and blow it all up. Anyway, not exactly doable because the you may choose new targets don't make no sense. All right, next up, we're going to look at Raptor of Wings. They donated, and we're going to look at the Fire Force. This is a red, black, 1 generic sorcery. It's got epic. This is a 3-mana epic card. This could be crazy. For the rest of the game, you can't cast spells, and you only get copies of this card at the beginning of your upkeep. You may choose a new target for the copy. Create 3 2/2 black zombie creature tokens. Ooh. Put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures. Put a +1/+1 counter on... This card is insane! This would be completely broken in one-on-one Magic. You could play this on turn 2. Turn 1 Mana Dork. Turn 2, you effectively get a 8 power in play, because you get like 3 2/2s. Then you get to buff each one by... Not each one. You get to buff 2 of them by +1/+1, right? So you have 8 power to attack by turn 3. And you get reinforcements like every damn turn. Abzo's like print. I think this card is danger. Okay? This is a big, big deal. Board wipe and you can't cast for the rest of the game. No. If they board wipe you, because you get this every single turn. You get another 3 2/2 zombie creatures, and you get to buff up 2 of them. It's Zybers, finally a good epic card. This would probably... I guess this would be fair in Commander, but it would still be strong, in my opinion. Automatic MTG player. You can't cast anything at all after that. This is an army by itself! Are you people crazy? Is anyone familiar that Field of the Dead is like banned in a lot of formats? Field of the Dead is a broken card. It is an epic card. The reminder says the copies don't have epic, so you can cast after the first time. Well, this is like a typo on you can at the beginning of each your upkeeps copy the spell except for its epic ability. You may choose a new well, no. Well, you can copy the spell outside of its epic ability, but you still epic has been played for it still stands that for the rest of the game you can't cast spells. I don't think that changes anything. You can still play lands. Oh yeah, you can still do that. You can play ability. You can play Otawara, for example. You can play abilities. Yeah, I guess it says so that... it says so the copies don't multiply. So it is as designed. I think this is an absolute abomination. I think this card is insane. I think it's just absolutely insane. You get like 3 creatures every single turn. So like, you have 3 creatures next turn, then you have 6, then 9, then 12. Now it's not exponential, but it is an army by itself. And these creatures do get larger over time because you give them +1/+1 counters. Manfaxo, sounds fun. Plants vs. Zombies mode in Arena when? You'll need to read the comprehensive rules. God, the rule book is enormous. Okay, it's doable. It's insanely strong. I think it danger though. But I think Commander's players would think differently. Okay, this next card is brought to us by Karante. Thank you so much for your super chat. Then we got Zealot Stater. The Zealot Stater is a land. It is a Lempain land. If anyone's heard of what a Lempain is. Whenever a non-creature enchantment is dealt damage, like maybe some of those enchantment creatures that we saw earlier, put a -1/-1 counter on it. This is all sorts of what the F does this card actually do? I have to have a non-creature enchantment. So I need a creature that is not a creature deal damage, and then we're gonna shrink the damn thing. I mean, there's some fantasy land. The AI just thinks this game works in some sort of bizarro universe where we can start attacking with like inanimate objects and then shrink them post-stat. So when equipment deals damage... Oh, that's an interesting one. Yeah, you can put a -1/-1 counter on a non-creature enchant. But like but they're artifacts, right? They're not enchantments. Also works versus gods. Oh! I like that one. Dinglebag. Yeah, I guess it shuts down the Theros gods. So they are non-creature enchantments because they are enchantments, not creature on the battlefield, and you can technically shrink them. Courser makes Mixacy. Eye braids are the ground by great Backet. Whenever a non-creature enchantment is dealt damage. But you have to deal damage to it somehow. Yeah, we need to deal. So it needs to be a creature and then loses the creature type. Okay, I could see a world where that whoa. Okay. Yeah, they need to be dealt damage and not be a creature. So, or maybe it's in combat. Okay, you attack with a bunch of creatures, including your god. You block the god, and you block the other creatures. Kill the other creatures. They lose devotion, but maybe have damage on it? Maybe? This weirdly somehow maybe works. Weirdly. I can't remember if a Theros god will have damage on it after it loses devotion after combat. Can we talk about the fact that it's a Lem-Pain? Is that relevant? What does it even do? Anti-opalescence. The non-creature archetype must be strong for the AI to print this. Could be. Alright, next up. Oh yeah, they need to be dealt damage and not be a creature, so only with planeswalkers, battle enchantments, which are permanents that can be dealt damage. Okay, maybe that's possible. Okay, next up. We got the Shell Spectre. Shell Spectre is brought to us by Zootang. Can we get another card? Absolutely, we can get another card. Okay, this card is a red 1 generic 0/1 human soldier. Draft Shell Spectre face up. Oh god. It's a limited card. As you draft a card, you may reveal it. If you do, it gains flash. Okay, that's interesting. Alright everyone, I'm drafting the Shell Spectre. It has flash now. You may choose not to untap Shell Spectre during your untap step. Why would I choose that? Shell Spectre enters the battlefield with 6+1/+1 counters on it. Holy moly! What the hell? What happened there at the end? It's a 2-mana 6/7 with flash. Man. Okay, everyone. I've got the Shell Spectre, and I'm probably in red. Better you be prepared for my Shell Spectre. Basically, by turn... Okay, I have 2 mana, and I have a mountain. I pass the turn to you, opponent. I pass the turn. Remember, I was the person that drafted Shell Spectre. Don't leave yourself completely untapped. Read the italic text. What, is it nonsense? If it would become untapped, remove 1 from it instead. That's okay. We can ignore that one. We can ignore some of these stupid abilities. Hollow Octopus. It removes 1 if it's untapped. That's at least something. Well, 1 what? Oh, I guess in context, it's removing 1 counter every single turn. Oh, therefore, that's why you can choose not to untap it. You want to save those counters. You have a bunch of blockers. I don't need to untap this thing anymore. Everything you draft after this gets flash. Oh, does it? As you draft a card, you may reveal it. If you do, it gains flash. No, I think only this card gains flash. Spooky, scary skeleton. You know what? Weirdly enough, I think this card's doable. I think this card's doable. It's probably overpowered for draft. And it's common. This is a common in draft. Like, everyone can draft this damn thing. Everyone's going to have tons of these damn Shell Spectres. It's going to be Shell Spectre versus Shell Spectre. And the funny thing is, in the Shell Spectre mirror, as you untap it and lose a counter, then it will lose in combat to a fresh Shell Spectre. Can only attack once? No, it can attack infinite times. You may choose not to untap Shell Spectre during your untap step, but you untap it as normal. The flash thing seems difficult to keep track of. I think if you're drafting this card, you're gonna reveal it. Like, everyone knows that it has flash. I mean, you could write on it, for crying out loud. Write on it with the date. Okay, next up, we've got the Grave Command. Grave Command is brought to us by Captain Rumia. Thank you so much. String all my lands for only 9 mana. Print. Oh my god. You're talking about that last one. Okay, we got a 7 mana 4/4 construct. As Grave Command enters the battlefield, choose a color. Planeswalkers you control get +2/+2 and have ding unders. Is that some sort of underwear? What do we choose a color for? Planeswalkers you control get +2/+2. I guess that is... We have Bork here. Honestly, outside of the overly efficient power and toughness, I think the concept is neat. Gets weaker as you attack with it. Absolutely. The last card. We got ding unders here, Coffee Crew. Ding unders. Whatever that ability is. Maybe you can get under players. It's like the opposite of flying. Can only be blocked by creatures with ding unders. And that's it. Someone's got to attack underground. Why are there no underground attackers in Magic the Gathering? You just tunnel your way to the opponent. You tunnel underneath the battlefield and then get into somebody's castle. It's ding, not dig, though. No, it is not. Oh, ding unders? Well, you're still getting unders. We're gonna under something. Oh yeah, blocks deeply. Also votes for deeply. That's what voting for that's what voting for deeply is for. Isn't it called Mountain Walk when you attack under? No, I look at Mountain Walk as like being able to navigate your way through a mountain and around a mountain better than your opponent. Green Kitty 1. You know that one card that says whenever you choose a color? This works with that, and with the little known ability of ding unders, it lets your planeswalkers ding for one under one unders counters. That's true, actually. Okay, so there might be something that allows us to trigger the choose a color ability. What is ding unders? Will you tell me, Meaty Owl? Nobody knows. Hence, we disqualify it. Planeswalkers you control. Actually, no. You know what? Actually, this card is doable. We don't know the keyword ding unders, but it is possible. It is possible to give some planeswalkers +2/+2. There are a few planeswalkers that can attack. They do get into the red zone. They need some power. They need a little extra power. All right, Gideon. Grave Command plus Gideon is like peanut butter and jelly. Okay, next up, we're going to take a look at the Priest. The Priest is brought to you by Terrence Faloki. Sorry, Fauloke. Can I donate a couple bucks to keep the stream going? Absolutely, you can. That is what the donations are for. Okay, we got a white enchantment class. I know you guys are going to like this one. You all love your classes. Gain the next level as a sorcery to add this ability. So it starts off whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. So far, so good. All right, level 2 for 3 mana. When this class becomes level 2, target creature you control becomes a 2/2 creature with haste. Interesting. This, target creature. Oh, you only get it once. Wait a minute. That sounds terrible. That sounds absolute garbage. I probably shrank the creature. I mean, unless it was a 1/1. It's all good until level 3. Okay, level 3. You may play a land you control as a land spell. I guess the lands become spells? You may play a land you control as a land spell. So I guess, okay, do you know what? This makes some sense. Every Landstorm. We're gonna recasting our lands. I suppose like every single time we play a land, see, playing a land isn't counted as casting anything. Maybe our lands now go on the stack. All right, I play a land, it's on the stack. Does it resolve? Okay, the land resolves, and now that adds to our storm. Yeah. Oh yeah, maybe we can counter lands. This is a bad thing. This would be terrible. We got vegan with it. Ah yes, the lands are made out of lands. What is going on here? Sorry about that. Here. They have an unplayable casting cost, though. Oh, an unpayable casting cost? Oh, you could be right about that. We might need As Foretold onto the battlefield in order to cast our lands. What's going on with the art? Looks like something extreme priesting. It's hardcore priesting! I'm not certain, but I think there's like a butt crack at the bottom over here. And like a random nipple over here. Ugh. It's like the AI just decided to create some sort of mutant human being. Okay, this card is, I'm gonna say it's not doable. I think we can go to the rank with this card. Captain Rumia. Maybe we can get to the card that I want to see. Maybe we will, Captain Rumia. This is the next one. The Mysterious Sorcerer. It's a green 1/1 Djinn Wizard. If one or more +1/+1 counters would be put on another creature you control, return a land you control to their owner's hand. So if one or more counters would be put on another creature I control, return a land I control. Interesting. So if you want to get like almost infinite landfall, or you want to recycle your lands, put +1/+1 counters, and you like bounce a land back to your hand. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, you may lose the game. Oh, God! A non-token creature you control dies. This card has, like, minimal upside, massive downside. I choose to... you may... No, I choose to not lose. Oh, yeah, you may lose the game. Okay, you're faced with a choice. When you play online, make sure your mouse does not slip. Make sure it doesn't slip at all. I choose to lose the game. I'd like to get out of this game, thank you very much. I think I've had enough. I shall not be resigning at sorcery speed like many people like to play. I will lose while this thing is on the stack. You could gift it to someone and then use Mindslaver. You could! That is a very, very, very weird way of winning the game. I choose to rather lose than to concede. You have your choice. You may lose, you may concede. The choice is yours. Vibrant, giving up in a fancy way. This card is for players who refuse to concede games, but still, I suppose so. Do you see this garbage I'm playing? Yeah, I'm good with losing. Oh, God. Okay, well, anyway, this card is... I guess it's doable. It didn't do anything it doesn't do anything harmful. It's a 1/1 It's a mythic. Go play that in your mythic deck. Right, Captain Rumia. I don't know if that was the card you're looking for. But we'll look at another card. It's Karn's present. Okay, Karn, it is your birthday. Happy birthday. Instant. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. Put 2 of them into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. Holy crap, it is just strictly better Brainstorm. In white! It is strictly better Brainstorm. It's not a present, it's a percent? Oh, you're right, it's percent. Whatever, it's a present. You know what? In Karn's language, they call it persons. It's a slight language difference, but it's basically the same. Derived from English. Yeah, basically recall at home. It's a super busted card. It's like mixing the best of Brainstorm and Preordain. They had a love child. Somehow it came out white, so someone cheated on someone in the bloodline. Yeah, finally decent white card draw. Absolutely in white. Now what's interesting is it's not like broken like in one-on-one competitive play. It's probably broken. It's probably too strong. They'd probably ban that card in every format. But in Commander, like what? It's like nothing, right? I put this card on the bottom in any order, not that order though. Put the rest on the bottom of your library. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. Put 2 of them into your hand. Oh yeah, this is worse. This is not really Brainstorm, this is just super Preordain. Look at the top 3 cards, put 2 in your hand, and put 1 on the bottom. Anyway, that's quite the present for Karn. Interesting card. Very, very, very interesting card. Zutong, keep it going. Keep it going, we shall. With the Tainted Tutor. It is a green instant. Search your library for 7 cards, exile them, then shuffle. Well, this is completely useless. Do you need to get bad cards out of your deck? Is it the late game and you don't want to draw any more lands? Well, maybe you want to play the Tainted Tutor. Your deck is tainted. Get rid of those tainted cards today at instant speed. At end of turn, get rid of your cards. Oh yeah, there's some cards actually. You could get Squee with this thing. So it's like a weird tutor for Squee. And, okay, what can you get? You can get Squee, you can get Mist Hollow Griffin, you can get that colorless Eldrazi that you can play from exile. What else can you get? Super efficient deck thinning. Squee, yeah, Squee, Mist Hollow Griffin, and Eldrazi Scourge. That's what I was thinking of. So you get those 3. Maybe something else. Tutor for the cards you can cast from exile. Yeah, I think those 3. I'm not sure if there's any other ones. Search for 7 slime against humanity. Don't know if that would do anything. Just delete the lands you don't want. That's true. You can also get the lands. Exile 7 lands to keep the deck more effective. Well, it's sort of a bad... I mean, you can do that. It's just not, like, the best use of this card. I mean, there's definitely some practical purpose here. And then we've got, hold on, Kingmaker. In Yu-Gi-Oh! This would be stupid busted combo starter. I do not know enough about Yu-Gi-Oh! To know if this would be broken. Deck thinning, I guess. Get rid of all your cheap cards in the late game. Come on, you gotta think. You guys gotta think big brain. There's some cards out there. If you exile, you can use them in some capacity. And then you shuffle afterwards. Quill, you can cast at instant speed to stop some other player finding stuff in your library to... Oh! What a... Yeah, you tried to search my deck, steal my cards with bribery. Well, in response, I'm playing Tainted Terror. You can't... Neither of us are going to be playing my cards this game, opponent. I guess you didn't see that one coming. For your information, Nikachu exiling 1 from deck in Yu-Gi-Oh! Is already crazy. That is wild. Oh, because you can play from exile? Is there a card that triggers from the number of cards in exile? Yes! Actually, there is an Eldrazi out there that gets Annihilator X, where X is the largest casting cost in exile. There are actually quite a few cards that would keep track of what's exiled. Oh, also, what's it called? Crackling Drake. Right? Crackling Drake gets, like, its power is equal to the number of cards in graveyard and in exile at the same time. So we broke it, people. We broke it. The Tainted Terror. As weird as this is, it's actually somewhat playable. Let's help Rumia get to that card. Well, what is the card? At this point, like... Hello, Octopus. Thank you very much for your super chat. And with that, let's take a look at the next one. It is the Risen Balls. It is a very, very suspicious name. It is a Rakdos 2 generic. It's a saga. Chapter 1, search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. Chapter 2, mill 2 cards, scry 1. Chapter 3, you become the Monarch. Then double the number of permanents you control. Holy moly! I was like, okay, this card's like fair and fine at first. It steals like a green ability by looking for a land. Next ability steals red. And then all of a sudden we've like, we doubled our permanents, double them. Oh my god, now there are 2 of them! This is getting out of hand. The Risen Balls. With what? There can never be 1 ball. There are always 2. It is a very, very good card. And you are the Monarch. On top of that, you are the Monarch in addition to all this crap. Double ferments, but doesn't say copy. What the hell is that all about? Yeah, it's a great card. Hold on. Then double the number of permanents you control. I assume it is the I assume that it is making copies of everything. Green Kitty reminds us, not copy, you just have to double the number. So if a card cares about how many permanents you have, that's doubled. Double the... Aw, is that how we're supposed to look at this card? That's lame. Legendary rule would work on doubles? No, well, I mean, it would, but then the legendary creature dies instantly. Okay, anyway, this is... I think it's doable. If that last explanation to doubling the permanents makes sense. Unlimited balls. Oh yeah, space balls. Works with shrines, I guess. I suppose so. Okay, next card. Zootang. What card? I don't even know what this card is. Like moving forward without any direction. Okay, next we got the Heartwood Wolf. Heartwood Wolf is a red sorcery. Planeswalkers you control have base power and toughness 2/2 in addition to its other types until end of turn. It's got rebound. Again, we are buffing. I don't know if we're buffing the planeswalkers, but we're turning the planeswalkers into creatures for some damn reason. At least I'm pretty sure Angel of the Moon was the stat of the previous stream. It was. Not till the end of turn. Goody. Okay, anyway, planeswalkers you control have base power and toughness, 2/2 in addition to its other types until end of turn. But they're still not creatures. That rebound looks wrong. Yeah, we're going to rebound the card. Well, look, the planeswalker is now half wolf. They're fused. They're one together. They are one with the wolf. A turn, Harvux. Cowards underestimate Torn. A cardificing ruled caved high do the Senwell subservience. Read the rebound reminder text. If you cast this spell from your hand, exile it. If you do, amass zombies too. What the F? This absolutely makes no sense. Very funny. Anyway, I think this card's stupid. I don't want to give it a pass because I think it's just dumb. Certainly, some planeswalkers that you activate and turn into creatures, this makes sense. But it's going to work on a very, very narrow range of creatures. And on top of that, I don't know how it works with planeswalkers that don't turn into creatures. If it has 2 toughness, will it lose both toughness and loyalty? I don't know. Your guess is just as good as mine. My opponent always calls Judge when I amass zombies. Yeah! From my rebound. I don't know why. Yeah, rebound, amass zombies too. Judge! Is that how it works? Why do they keep... And then Media was like, I don't know why they keep calling a judge on me. This doesn't make any sense. Menlo says, unfortunately, it's Johnny nonsense and not even particularly tantalizing kind. Yeah, unfortunately. That's a cute avatar, Menlo. Love it. Okay, next we will take a look at... Captain Rumia is not done yet. Not done with the super chats, anyhow. Last card before we last reach last stream starts. Oh, is that true? The Fey Selkie. It is a white Simic 2 generic 3/3 ooze. If you would draw a card, you may instead create two 2/2 black zombie creature tokens. For each of those creatures, each opponent sacrifices a permanent for each time you've cast your commander from the command zone this game. I gotta internalize this thing better. So if I draw a card, so I draw a card first. You may instead, okay, instead of drawing cards, I can put 2 zombies in play. They're 2/2s. Now for each of those creatures, each opponent sacrifices a permanent for each time you've cast your commander from the command zone this game. Whoa! So basically for as many, so commander tax now turns into some sort of sacrifice ability. That really is danger. Is it each? Yeah, it's each opponent. So you actually want your commander to die, and then every single time we so for each of those creatures, so I guess for each creature, so if I've cast my commander 3 times, you gotta sack 3 permanents for this creature. You have to sack 3 permanents for that creature. So it's basically Super Annihilator or something. Yeah, 3 casts equals 6 sacrifices. Josh is like, this is great. If this is commander, not totally broken. Oh yeah, if it's not commander, obviously designed for commander. Everyone complaining that Wizards is designing too many cards for commander these days. Even the AI is designing cards for commander. You, however, can't draw any cards with this on board. Still danger. No, you can choose not to. So if you draw a card, you may instead make the zombies. You could just cash in those cards and you forget the zombies. I would assume, though, you know, basically getting 4 power in play and making your opponent sack a bunch of permanents, probably stronger. You know, not bad. Not bad at all. Annihilator Commander Storm. This is why Mysterious Sorcerer exists. Alright, it's a May. This works too well with card draw too. Oh yeah, that's true. Oh my god. Yeah, you like cast Brains. Or what was that card that we just looked at? You cast Karn's Present. You can draw 2. You draw basically 1 mana, draw 2 cards, and then make your opponent draw like sacrifice a bazillion permanents. Oh, a danger big time. And that's it, people. We did it. What a hell of a show. Give yourself a Karn's not present. What, present? Or something like that. So Karn's Persent. The Karn's no, not Karn's. It's a Persent or something. Yeah, Persnet, whatever. I'm not getting card anything after all this. If you want to be part of the show, everyone, you got to be here 3 p.m. Central Standard Time weekdays. And thanks to everyone who shows up and everyone who is a patron on Patreon, a member on YouTube, the people who support the show, and also special shout out to everyone who donates during the show so you can be part of the show and also help other people be part of the show. And thanks so much to the coffee crew for being here today. We got a huge shout out to Kano, Oldboy, Christopher B, Crowcore Games, Steve Cooper, Green Kitty, Darren, Zoo Tang, Joshua, Vigi, Ant, Michael Ing, Hollow Chops, Vizzy, we got Fsviv, Kanto, Pedgeman, Dadam Draws, Hator, Ku, Avatar of Woe, Dinglebag, and Echo, Bell. We got Double Axe, Sagacious, Corante, Toads, RSF, A-Rocks, Crowcore Games, of course, and 10X, because you guys are the show. So as usual, my coffee crew, keep brewing up them coffees, and we'll keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.